So, folks, we are going to be doing the Nakshatra of Sharavan today. And what do I mean by that for all the newbies here is to why is it that two different people think differently even though they're same zodiac sign. And so what we're going to cover today is the sign of Capricorn. Why is it that two Capricorn think differently? And the reason for that is that each zodiac sign, the 30-degree long zodiac sign, is divided into 2.5 parts, all of them. And each of those parts are being controlled by a different planet. So even though your sun or your moon might be in the beginning degrees of this zodiac sign, your friend, who's also Capricorn, might be born in the middle of this degree. Okay, and remember, each of those 2.5 parts are then divided into 4 parts. So during your birth time, when moon was in a certain degree or sun is a certain degree, you think differently. Mainly the moon, because moon is your mind. Moon represents your emotional response to your ambience. So during your birth time, when moon was in 10 degrees Capricorn, all the way to 23.2 degrees of Capricorn, you were born in the Nakshatra, the constellation of Sharavan, which means ears, listening. Okay, and the planet that rules this is moon. And the mythological deity that controls this is known as the Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe. So let's see how these people think compared to the Sharavans or the Capricorns of the other degrees. So Capricorn, which is an earth sign, are known to be extremely professional, extremely, hard workers. And, they're all about taking care of the practical details of life, whether it's personal or professional. Okay. And so people, kind of think that if somebody's a Capricorn, they're not as loving or not as romantic as somebody who might be a Libra or Scorpio or Cancer. However, they're kind of, wrong. This is where people just mistake simple zodiac sign as one type of personality, where each zodiac sign has several personalities. And so in these degrees, from 10 to 23 degrees, when your sun and moon are present in there, especially moon, these people are being ruled by the moon. And moon is your emotions, the emotional side of ourselves, the sensitive side of ourselves. So what happens when it comes into the sign of Capricorn, the moon's emotions and moon's nourishment, which represents the nourishment of a mother, becomes more practical and professional. What do I mean by this? Well, the symbolism is ears. These guys, first of all, love listening to things. They love listening and learning. Like if you were to give a lecture without anybody taking notes, two people that will remember the notes very clearly are people who have moon in Virgo and people who have moon in Capricorn. Because these two represents the earth sign and represents the signs that are very much about academic achievements. But however, Capricorns are more about learning as they're growing. They want to learn to grow. They don't want to go to school and just think like, okay, here's my degree. No, they want to keep learning. And so they become very good listeners to the teacher, but they also become good listeners to you. And this is where the emotions of moon comes into play. When you need a crying shoulder, when you want somebody to listen to you, and I have seen this in my own life. When I had a really good relationship, as a friend with this one person, who was a Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, and whenever I spoke to them, it just felt like, wow, okay, yeah, they actually are listening because of the fact they're giving very logical and sound and practical advice. Because we hear the esoteric advice all the time. Oh, don't worry, time will heal everything, blah, blah, blah. But when the Capricorn gives you advice, it's more to kind of trigger something within you. Like, oh, okay. So these guys, with the practicality of Saturn and the emotions of moon, become very good counselors, very good listeners. They're all about nourishing you but in a practical way, because this is a practical sign. This sign doesn't want to deal with emotions. So moon kind of transforms into a practical emotion. And these guys also have a nature to preserve knowledge. Whatever they learn, they want to preserve that. Because the deity is the preserver of the universe, sustaining the universe, Vishnu. So these guys not only are the good listeners and counselors and teachers, they make good historians. They make good archaeologists who want to research about history and preserve that history. So they become one of those, people who want to learn about history, want to learn about, where we came from. And you might think, what? Capricorn wants to do this? I thought Capricorn just wants to work. They do. But in this energy of Capricorn goes into learning and preserving and working with knowledge and history. So, and one thing you got to be careful of with this particular placement is that the relationship with the mother kind of suffers. Meaning that mother will either completely smother you till you're like 4 years old. Like she will extra protect you. She will not let you grow up. Or mother will be kind of like an abandoned professional mother. Like your mother either would have to work so she could nurture you, or you were just abandoned by the mother. But mostly what I've seen in this kind of a moon placement is that their mother really kept him like a kid. They treat him like a kid. So what they do, these guys take that energy and then these guys want to give it out to the world and teach them, do not do what my mother did to me. And that's what they want to do. They want to bring more practicality because they were so smothered and nurtured by their mother, too much love. And that kind of ruins it. So then these guys become practical about that. Hey, listen, I know you want to be a mother. Let me give you a sound advice. Be practical. So that's what happens with this nakshatra, guys. And so this was my basic analysis on it. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe above, because you just found out the greatest thing as to why you think differently than your cousin or twin, maybe even. And if you want to know more about astrology, check out the link below and check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And that will literally teach you astrology at the speed of light. Otherwise, I'm going to see you with another video soon. Bye-bye.